Hey, everybody. Welcome back. We are going to continue what we've been doing for the last couple weeks and keep adding integers. Maybe you can see already by this problem that we are making it just a little more exciting, a little more complex, and doing more than two integers at a time, more than two numbers at a time. So I started this out super easy. Um, this way you can just see a good way to show your work by adding positive numbers, something that you guys I believe are already pretty comfortable with. But what I'm going to do is order of operations say when you have addition and subtraction, just solve it left to right. Like you read a sentence, you go from this side to this side, from left to right. You do the same thing when it's just addition and subtraction. So I'm going to just take my first two numbers and I'm going to add them. 1 plus 3, that's 4. So I've used the 1 plus 2 plus 3. Anything else has to come down. So I have 4 plus, drop down the 5, 5. Now I have two numbers left. This is like the kind of math problems we're used to. 4 plus 5, I know that is 9. So my final answer is 9. So we're just going left to right adding. Now I'm going to throw in some negatives. In fact, I am going to throw in an equation that has all negative numbers. We're adding them up. So we're going to keep following the same rule. I'm going to be using my algorithm for adding integers. Go like this. I'm only going to deal with the first two first. I'm going to do -5 plus -2. And I remember that the algorithm is when you have two numbers that are the same sign, add them, keep the sign. So a -5 plus a -2, that's -7. I've used this up. I just drop down what's left. This might seem really like overdone, but when we start doing algebra and we have really long complex equations, there's going to be a lot of dropping down, and it's going to be really important that you do it step by step like this. Okay, I still am adding two integers that are the same sign. So I'm going to add them, keep the sign. 7 plus 2 is 9. They're both negative. My final answer is -9. All right, so we did all positives, we did all negatives, but I think we can handle some even more exciting ones where it's all mixed up and we're really practicing that algorithm that we learned on Wednesday and Thursday. All right. I'm starting out with -4 plus 2. I'm just going to deal with that for right now. My first step. When the signs are different, then I'm going to subtract the absolute values. So I'm going to go, and I'll just do it down here. 4 minus 2. The absolute value of 4 minus 2 is 2. And then I look to see which number has the bigger absolute value. Which one is farther from 0? This number is farther from 0 on the number line than this one. So my final answer has to be negative. Drop down the plus, drop down the -1. Now I'm adding two integers with the same sign, -2 plus -1. Add them, keep the sign. 2 plus 1 is 3. So -2 plus -1 is -3. -3 is my final answer. This is pretty fun. All right. Let the fun continue. Another one. -2 plus 1. Again, I'm adding two numbers with opposite signs. So what I do is I take their absolute values, I turn them both positive, and I just subtract them. 2 minus 1. I know that one. That's 1. And then I say, which one is further from 0 on the number line? That one. So I know my answer is actually going to be negative. So -1, drop down, plus, drop down. Haven't used these guys yet. -3, a negative plus a negative is going to be negative, and just add the numbers 1 plus 3, 4. Oh, my kitty's complaining about something in the background. Last one. This one is the most exciting one we have done yet because we are going to add 4 integers. All right. Just start with the first 2. 3 plus -2. It's the same thing as 3 minus 2, but I can also just take those absolute values and subtract them from each other. This number is further from 0. I'm going to keep that 1 positive. Drop down, drop down the 5, drop down the plus -7. All of it just drops down. Now I just take the first 2 again. 1 plus 5, easy peasy, that's 6. Drop down the plus, drop down the -7. Now I am adding 2 numbers with different signs. Take the absolute value and subtract them. So the absolute value of 6 is 6. The absolute value of -7 is 7. So I'm going to do 7, take away 6, and I get 1. But then I got to check my sign. Which one of these numbers is further from 0 on the number line? Would have the longer arrow. That one, and it's negative. So I'm going to take -1. So my final answer is -1. And there you go. Okay, there's going to be some problems on the following slides for you guys to do. Good luck, and send me an email if you have any questions.